In the quiet town of Bethlehem, a child named Jesus was born to Mary, a simple maiden, and Joseph, a humble carpenter. This was no ordinary birth. Prophets had foretold his coming, heralding him as the Messiah, the beacon of hope and light for mankind. As whispers of this miraculous birth spread, King Herod, feeling his throne was at risk, ordered a brutal massacre of innocent children. Guided by divine dreams, Mary and Joseph fled with baby Jesus to Egypt. As a boy, Jesus already displayed an uncanny wisdom. At just 12, he debated scriptures with temple scholars, leaving them in awe. However, it was only at the age of 30 that he began his transformative public ministry. He chose 12 diverse disciples, from fishermen to tax collectors, to accompany him on a mission that would alter the course of history. The miracles he performed were astounding. He healed the sick, gave sight to the blind, turned water into wine, and even raised the dead, proving his divine power. His teachings, rooted in love, forgiveness, and faith, drew massive crowds. He spoke in parables, using simple stories to convey profound truths, making the divine relatable. But his rising influence was perceived as a threat by religious leaders and the Roman establishment. They conspired against him, manipulating one of his closest disciples, Judas, to betray him for a mere 30 silver coins. The events that followed were swift. Jesus faced false accusations, was handed over to Pontius Pilate, and against Pilate's own judgment, was sentenced to death by crucifixion. On the cross, after enduring hours of pain and ridicule, Jesus uttered the poignant words,
"Father, forgive them,"
showcasing his boundless love and mercy. His body was taken and laid in a tomb, sealed by a large stone. 3 days later, the tomb stood empty. Jesus, resurrected, appeared to his disciples and many others over 40 days, reinstating his teachings and emphasizing the importance of faith. He then ascended to heaven, but not without leaving behind the promise of the Holy Spirit, a divine guide for all believers that would later become the bedrock of Christianity.
A long, long time ago, people abandoned kindness and became greedy, selfish, cruel, and ruthless. The whole world fell into darkness. God was overlooking all this in the clouds, full of disappointment. However, there was a man named Noah who was different. He was kind-hearted, cared for his family, and worked tirelessly to do the right things. One day, God conveyed a great news to Noah. He was going to send down a huge flood to cleanse the dirty world. At the same time, God asked Noah to build a very large ark that could accommodate Noah's family and every animal in the world. Noah ignored the ridicule from people around him and began to build the ark. When the ark was completed, an incredible scene appeared. The animals came to the ark in pairs. Majestic lions, huge elephants, elegant giraffes, and tiny insects all came. And Noah and his family worked together to place the animals in the ark in an orderly manner. Then the sky suddenly changed and heavy rain poured down. It continued for 40 days and nights. The flood was surging and quickly submerged the entire world. Only Noah's family and the animals in the ark were safe and sound. After the rain stopped, the earth was still covered with floodwaters. Noah released a raven and a dove to check the situation outside. Later, the dove brought back an olive leaf, which meant that the seawater was receding. Not long after, the ark stopped on the top of a mountain. The ground gradually dried up, and they could finally walk out of the ark and breathe the fresh air to their heart's content. The world at this moment is brand new. Flowers are blooming, trees are growing lushly, and there is a gorgeous rainbow hanging in the sky.